This is Mrs. Wakoskis in the library, and we're going to talk about, and I might use a little bit of pause and pausing, but we're going to talk about citing your sources for Barclay's mythology project. This could be a long video, but I'm going to show you how to do lots of things in this video. Okay, so I've already started by citing a reference article. And keep in mind, you'll also find a link to a Google Doc that I made of different templates, because I'm only going to do about 3 articles here. Or three resources, because I think I'm going to cover the vast majority of what you need to know. But some of you guys might pick something odd. So we're going to do, I'm going to make a template that has lots of different things. So I just did one a minute ago, and I did Persephone. So let me just go into projects. You start a new project. You give it a name. You choose MLA. You absolutely choose advanced. You don't choose something else, because you won't get what you need. So we're going to go into Barclay's Mythology Project, and we're going to hit a source. Okay, so let me pull up a way for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's say you were citing this book. Let me make this bigger. Okay, there's a couple different ways you can do this. Okay, so we actually want to talk about books in a second. So I can start by, here's my ISBN number, and I can use my citation to help build my citation based on the ISBN number. It's a book. We're going to type in the ISBN number. I'm just getting it from right down here. Okay, I will tell you this. So here it is. Is that the name of this book? Yes, it is. That's the author, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to click it, and I'm going to import selected source. Okay, I have seen this be wrong before. I've seen it almost typically always finds it as an author, when sometimes it's an editor. If you have a reference book, but this is just a nonfiction book, this is the author of the book, so that is fine. I will tell you this. We have a city of publication in here, but if you click on here, you find out in MLA 8, you leave this blank now. It used to not be that way. There's a few exceptions, and the exceptions are like, the exceptions are source published before 1900, the publisher's offices in multiple countries, and you want to clarify which version, which we don't. It's published by an unfamiliar publisher outside of the reader's country. Okay, none of this is true, so we're going to delete that. Okay, so let's go back in here. I'm going to show you what we're looking for. So it's called Monsters in Greek Mythology by John Nardo. It is one of a series. I want to show you what this looks like. How do you know it's in a series? Okay, you'll see these books, and they have these little various icons. It indicates that it's a series. Let me see how you see it in here. Titles of Library of Greek Mythology series includes, and that's this right here. It says right here, that's a series. So we actually have to add that. Library of Greek Gods. Okay, let me go off of this. I want to show you something. Usually it grabs it. Let me see if I can find one where it'll grab it. I want to show you something. It's not grabbing it for me. It usually grabs it. Oh, I know where it is. It's up here. Okay. When I see this little yellow triangle, it's giving me a suggestion. Okay. Because title of books are supposed to be capitalized with all principal. For some reason, it's not doing it in the series name, maybe because this is required, but this is not. So I don't know about that. Be careful, because you want to make sure everything's spelled right and capitalized. You capitalize all principal words. Okay. It doesn't have a series number. You don't have to worry about if things, you won't know all of this stuff. I do like to check and make sure that all the information's right. Like this says Reference Point Press 2017. That's right. So all of that looks good. And we hit save. Okay, so let's look at a citation. You typically have the title of a book in italics. So the title of this book is called Myths and Legends of the World. The title of this book is called Monsters in Greek Mythology. This is a reference book, so it's like an encyclopedia, so there's lots of articles inside of it. Here you're citing the whole book. Here you're citing an article in a book, and the article is always in quotes. So you'll notice that this doesn't have an author. It does have an editor. Sometimes these articles have authors, sometimes they don't. You don't put in, let me show you what it looks like. You don't claim an author if you don't know one. You just leave it blank and you just put in what you do know. You knew it was there, there is an editor. Okay, so you will not have an author on everything. You will not have everything on everything. That is okay. So this tells me it's an author. The title of the book is in italics, always. Okay. Um, this is telling me the series. The title of the database is in italics in MLA. That's not true in all the citation styles. Okay. And then you put in a session date when you're accessing it online somehow, whether it's a website or a database. Okay. You have to give me a session date. Okay. So we're going to move. I want to show you something else because when you're creating a citation, let's say we're creating a citation of a book, you might want to think about what's the difference between a title of a multi-volume set and what's the difference in that and a series. I want to just show you what the difference is. This is a series. Each book is independent of each other. They just have a series. It's like a marketing thing that they're doing. And it's the same publisher, oftentimes the same author, but they're all independent of each other. A multi-volume set is like an encyclopedia. And it oftentimes has numbers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're usually filled with articles. Remember how I was talking about how you have articles in a reference book? I don't even know how to pronounce that, so I won't even say it. Let me find one that I can pronounce. There you go, Agamemnon. So this is an article in a reference book, and it's a multi-volume set. So that's how they look different. And I wanted you to see that because that gets series goes here, multi-volume set goes here. Okay, so if I was citing this one right here, I would call it the Lincoln Library of Greek and Roman Mythology. And the title of the volume would be probably, I think I would just do the volume number. I don't think because it doesn't really have, it tells me down here, Abila to Atalanta, but I don't think that's really what you'd call the title. I think it's just telling you what it covers. I think you would just say volume 1, but sometimes it will have a volume name, and then you would use that. So that's how you differentiate. Okay, so let's go get another source. We're going to get a, what else should we get? Let's go get a website. So you know how to cite a website. We're going to do Greek mythology. We're going to do Persephone again. If I can find one on Persephone. Here we go. Okay. So let's say I was citing this source. And let's see if I have let's see, I don't really have an author. This is the name of the web page. So let's go cite a website in Noodletools. I'm going to get out of this. Name of the database. Oh, wait. Let's cancel this. Alrighty, so I've got 2 so far. We're going to create a new citation. We're getting it off of a website. It is a web page. And the web page is called Persephone. Notice I'm not putting any italics in here. Noodletools does all of that for me. Okay. I do, when I'm using an open web source, I do need to include the URLs. The only way someone can find it. If you got it off the database, then you tell me what database you got it off of, right? But if I don't know the database, you've got to give me all the information so I can find it. It says created on March 3rd, 1997. Oftentimes, it tells me a year and nothing more, so that's pretty amazing. You click here for a session date. I don't know the author, but I know the name of the website is Encyclopedia Mythica. Okay, encyclopedia. Did I spell it right? Encyclopedia. Publisher of the right. Who wrote? If I can find who is in charge of Encyclopedia Mythica, I'm going to do that. Let's go back to the main site and see if I can find out something about Encyclopedia Mythica. About. Okay, I don't have any reason to believe that it's got a publisher other than anything but Encyclopedia Mythica. It might be a standalone project or a standalone product. So I would leave that blank. Let's see what it says when I click over. Look for a copyright statement. Leave this field blank if the publisher's name is the same as the site name. So that's what I would think. The publisher is already given as the author. The site is just a service, WordPress or Internet Archive, not involving in producing works. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else. Terms of service, copyright notice. There we go. Remember how they said that? Okay, yeah. That's just a person who is in charge, but that's not anything to cite. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Let's see if we don't have anything else other than that. And let's go check everything out. Okay. So here it is. So remember I talked about articles? An article is like a web page. Okay. So remember how this was a reference book. This was a page in the book article called Persephone. So you want to think about the book. If it's a website, it could be a magazine, it could be a newspaper, it could be a journal, it could be, I can't think of anything else. Whatever is the container of the information, that is italicized. So the book is italicized, the website is italicized, and the web page is like an article in the book. Okay. There we go. That's what that looks like. Alrighty. So let's go cite one more thing. Let's go into do an ebook. Okay. We're going to just do this one. Okay. We're going to go grab some citation information. I do go down here and I'll look at MLA and see what I can find out. Okay, that is a whole lot of information. So I would actually go to the title page and see if that whole thing is really its title of the book. Because it could be. I should have picked a shorter one. It's going to take them. I think that would be the continuation of the title. And I've got one author named Robin Hard, but it looks like it's got two authors. Nope, just Robin Hard. Okay. So let's go and let me go pull this up again. Okay. Okay, just so you know, sometimes they have the option down here to export to, and Noodletools is one of them. If that's true, then you can export it. Still have to check it. But notice that they have two authors, Robin Hard and H.J. Rose. But we looked at the title page. It was clearly just Robin Hard. You need to, it does fall on you to verify, and that's hard. But we're going to grab this information. It looks like this whole thing is a title. So we're going to create a new citation. You got the book off of a database. The name of the database was, ooh, I didn't show you how to find that. How would you know that? So let me see. Interesting. Let me see how I know where it came from, but I don't know how you know where it came from. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's right in here. It's in the EBSCO ebook collection. So that's funny. So I'm going to have to go through and talk to you guys about that. It's called the EBSCO ebook collection, or ebook collection, EBSCO host. It is not twice and it's not in parentheses. So we will talk about that. Okay. There we go. EBSCO ebook collection. Okay. Notice it tells me it should be like the name of the database should most likely be capitalized. It's a trademark thing. It's got a little e, kind of like iPad. Okay, we're going to do a session date. We're going to do title of book. Okay, we're going to do the author was Robin Hard. Okay, what else do we know? I know that it was, okay, 2004, Rutledge. I remember publication city is not needed anymore. You only need it if it met those exceptions, and London is not one of those exceptions. And I think that's it. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's take a look at your citation and see if it all looks good. Okay, now everything looks good. So now I've got 4 sources. Okay, let me show you what Noodletools can do for you. You go to formatting options. You guys are doing a works consulted. It means these are the books that you used when you wrote your research project, right? You're not doing citations, so you're consulting these works. So we call works consulted. I want to put in there my last name to do the header. We're not doing any citations right now. I mean annotations. So we're just going to leave citations only. Do you want URLs? Yes. But if you put the URL in the database, it'll include it. That's why you want to leave that out right now. You only put in the URLs when we built these citations when you were using a website. So you have the option of either one. We're going to say include it because we've got a website, and then we're going to export to Word or Google Docs, but I just want to show you what it does. There we go. Notice how everything is already alphabetized. Everything has your hanging indent. Everything has the proper spacing. Everything's in the proper font, the proper font size. It's all there. So then you cut and paste and you put it at the end of your paper. I don't know why I didn't grab my header of my last name. I must have done something wrong, but you get the point. Okay. This is the way you need to do it so that then it's perfect and you don't have to worry anything about margins and spacing or anything else. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and I will make a template for you that's going to be available on here, and you will and you can refer to it for other things, because basically I've done a book, I've done a reference article, I've done a website, and I did an ebook. Okay, let me know if I can help you with anything else.